So Mars, what na? Do you want to talk about everything and anything under the sun? Listen to our fellow Pinoy stories or just catch up? Big cuento?
Why not? Here at Mars What Na Podcast, everything is free-flowing, like the alcohol that we may or may not be drinking.
You've got your Kumars Michelle and
Bethany, here finding what makes us distinctly Pinoy, our similarities, our differences.
covering the topics about Pinoy experience from the motherland and abroad.
Catch us on Tuesdays at 8 p.m. on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
Kita Kits!
The views and opinions of this program are those of the persons appearing on the program and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of the Kingdom Podcast. The show might include strong images and language that may not be suitable for all audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
This episode of the Kingdom Podcast is brought to you by The Bunk Collective.
It's scary to even think about this show. Through hell or high water amidst the variety of challenges, and after 8 years of doing what we do best, one thing united us all. One show ruled them all. When you played the Game of Thrones, you win or you die. There is no middle ground.
Wait a second. I think you got the wrong kingdom. Do you even know what happens on the show?
I was not prepared for that story that you're about to tell.
Are they the inevitable next nations group?
Not when they're handled by JYPE.
When a boy group idol is seen with like a girl group idol, a lot of people like suddenly here are like dating, and then fan sites are gonna start closing down.
Yeah.
You know, all those stuff, and I'm like, I don't understand why.
Interacting with 60 different countries around the globe and listened to by thousands from the Philippine archipelago, The Voice is back for Season 2. Fearless, better, stronger, and boy does he enjoy the grind.
They're gonna be like, oh my god, let me sit on that. Like,
Yeah.
OMG, no, stop.
We talk about what other K-pop shows are fucking afraid to talk about.
People will get invested only to know that they will disband. Because, everyone gets old at some point and they can't always be an idol.
Just because you love someone, that's not how they grow, right?
That's right.
You need to give it to them straight. You need to be honest.
From personal matters to all the juicy stuff, no holds barred.
They're like, oh, I don't trust multis because I don't
Unfollow.
Oo. Okay, muted. Got you.
Broadcasting live from Manila, Philippines at the TKP Studios. This is the revelation that is the Kingdom Podcast, Season 2, with your host, the baddest SOB in K-pop podcasting history, the king himself, The Voice, DJ Yuuki.
Welcome back to the best K-pop podcast in the world. I'm saying that because it's myself and my favorite co-host of all time. What do I call you now? What am I supposed to call you now?
You can just call me by my original name.
Your original name,
My English.
Oh, so the letter...
The S1.
Oh, the S1. She has a ton of names. But this is Sun. Welcome back, Sun. How are you?
I'm good. I'm actually surprised you don't have like an intro and everything.
Well, I'm supposed to have an intro, and I couldn't think of one. You know, when I kept on asking you off air, hey, you ready? I kept on thinking of like what to say, but I couldn't think of anything. So I just started off with like this conversation of you and me having
Honestly,
the best
like-
K-pop podcast in the world.
Honestly, when you said that and then you laughed, I actually thought you were gonna cut it because I thought like, oh, is he gonna make this a blooper or something?
No, it's
kinda where I'm
not.
going.
It's
I'm like,
really
oh, okay.
it's part. Yeah, I always feel confident whenever I co-host with you. That's probably why.
So much flattery.
No, it's not. It's not flattery. Not even for you. I feel like the dynamic that you and I have when it comes to hosting this podcast is just like unparalleled compared to the people that I've co-hosted with back then. And that's not throwing shade to any of them because all of them are, awesome. But there's just something about hosting it with you which makes me feel like I'm very confident with whatever we can talk about because there's bases.
I also feel like it's also another factor wherein I don't really think before I speak, and it's just like super.
Yeah, me too.
unfiltered, and I just say anything.
No, you know what? I do have an intro. Hey, guess what? So I watched the Got the Beat group, right?
Amen.
Got the Beat group. The girls on top.
Oh.
Maybe it's you, right? And you know how I normally hate Aespa?
Wow.
I think I like them now. No, hey, wait. In my defense, I've never really hated on Aespa the group.
You
But
literally
I've
just said that.
Okay, wait, 1 second. Okay, let me rephrase that. I've never really hated on Aespa the group or any of the individual members. I just felt like their promotions are a bit weird for me. Just not really my taste. And I mean, and I'm saying this because a lot of people are saying it as well. That it's not, their discography is not really that good, etc., etc. But I never really hated the members. I've always liked Winter. I've always liked Karina. I'm trying to familiarize myself with Giselle and Ningning. Obviously, they're only 4, so kilala ko na sila. And after Got the Beat, there's wow, I am interested, And I've been co-hosting with Elle. She's one of the Socified radio DJs, and she kept on teasing me na, Aespa. Kasi ayoko daw sa Aespa, ganyan. But then, it's like she feels like at one point I think I felt like I'm gonna like this group in a sense where I just need that catalyst, that moment to happen. And I felt like Step Back, regardless of how horrible it was written, really was the catalyst for me to like Aespa or start liking Aespa. Because it made me interested in Karina more. It made me interested in Winter more. Winter was always my bias. But then, after that, there's so much talent, oozing with talent, SM. Jesus Christ. And it's just so weird doing that Guangya thing. Just for me, it's just not working out, And I guess that's the intro and the topic, Oh, before that, welcome to the Kingdom Podcast Season 2. This is brought to you by The Bung PH. The website's currently down. We do have a website, but it's currently down. We're trying to switch to a different platform and stuff. So we're trying to work on things. So please stay tuned. New updates there. Did you know that we trended in the Philippines?
Nice.
We trended in the fucking Philippines. Spotify, I love it. So, yeah, we're trying to work on the website. Please stay tuned. It's still going to be thebungph.com/thekingdompodph. This is Yuuki with Sun. You can follow us on Twitter at thekingdompodph. You can follow Sun on Twitter. What the fuck is your Twitter handle now?
Honestly, I don't know either. I haven't been using Twitter in a long time.
But do you still use the
other one, the first one?
The first one, yeah?
The original one, I looked through it from time to time, but because, Luna is also taking a break. Or, I mean, they're gonna have a concert soon, but, other than that, content-wise, there's not a lot yet, so I'm just okay.
They've been posting a lot on TikTok recently.
Yeah, I think it's because of the concert. And at the same time, I've been busy lately, so I haven't really had time to look around.
Says the girl who sleeps at 4 a.m. because she games.
I'm not on Twitter.
Fair enough. So you can follow her on Twitter at Hihalipie. You can follow her other account. What was the other? Oh, fuck. Giggles999. So it's GI999LES999. That's her
There's
Twitter
actually
account.
no S.
Oh, Giggle999. Fuck. Yeah, GI999LE999. Yeah, very witty. You can follow me on Twitter at Yuukmeister, on Instagram as well. All right, topic. So, you had to hate this group or you hate this group, then you ended up liking them. What was the thing that happened on why you started to like them?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Okay, now I can hear you.
Oh shit! It's like your internet connection is unstable. Screw you, Zoom.
I literally heard like you end up hit, and then it was just quiet.
My bad. Okay, anyway, so you started hating, like you started off as hating the group, and then something happened, and then you started liking them. What happened?
Is that directed to me?
Yeah, I mean,
okay.
okay, let's ask the audience, shall we? Hey, audience.
No, I thought like you were just reading it out or something.
No, I wasn't. Yeah. So, what was the group? It's this group called Girls' Generations. Hated them.
Wow. No, I feel like I've mentioned this before.
Have you?
No, yeah, a part of it maybe. Because like
You host a lot of things now, so probably hindi ako yung kausap mo.
Wow, I do not host a lot.
Yeah, sure.
Legitimately.
You didn't even invite me. We'll talk about it later. Let's get back to the topic.
Anything?
It didn't happen?
No.
Oh, that's fucked up then. Okay, we'll talk about it later. I'll pressure people.
Okay. No, I've said this before. I'm probably gonna say it now again. Hate is a very strong word.
Okay, despised.
Wow, even stronger.
Okay, ano ba? What's
No, because the thing for me is like if you ask me to, like, say if I hate a group, or if I don't like a group, or if I don't bother with anything like that, I really can't give you an answer, because again, this one I'm pretty sure I've said this a lot. For anyone else who's heard me in the podcast, they probably hear it every time I'm on. This is K-pop. It's not serious. So it's just like I can't. Oh, now I hear my dog scratching my door. I can't say that I don't like a group. I can't say that I hate the group, and then like me ending up liking them. I can't say that either, because for me, liking them equals to like buying their merchandise, like buying their albums, actually paying attention, knowing who's who, stuff like that.
Okay.
Because my attention span cannot figure out like who is who for every K-pop group. So many people in that, and my wallet can't handle buying for everyone. So I'm just like, well, me equals liking a group is just me like actually paying attention to them. But me hating a group.
Okay, fine. Let me rephrase it for you then. You could not care less about this group, and then this happened. What do you mean you can't give an answer? Like, I gave you a prime example of me like disliking Aespa's concept, and that's really SM's fault. But then, got the beat happened and step back happened, and now I'm interested in Aespa. I kept on watching. Well, I kept on watching Savage. I wasn't really watching Next Level and Black Mamba still. But, it got me interested more compared to dati. Compared to dati, what the fuck? So,
sabi nun.
Ikaw pa yung galing Lasal, ako yung nagaganto. Parang syunga.
Wow! Wow!
Were you ever konyo?
I don't know.
I don't
Because
know.
I'm already bad with Tagalog in general, so I just avoid speaking it.
So, you mainly just speak English kapag... Paano kung nasa labas, nagtatrash talkan kayo online,
I don't. Because I don't use my mic when I play games like that.
What?
I
You
am
play
a
with
girl.
people
I am
on
a
Discord
girl.
without
friends.
using your... Yeah, I mean, yeah. You don't trash talk with your friends?
I mean, if I talk with my friends, we just burst to each other in English.
Oh, Jesus.
Wow,
Anyway.
haters. Back to the topic.
Back to the topic. It's like, sabihin natin hindi ka talaga interested. Probably you were standing another group and sabi mo nga your wallet can't handle more and stuff. But then this happened, tapos parang, I need to put money into it.
I feel like instead what I can say is like, instead of the group, like specific songs only, Like there used to be some songs I never bothered listening to. Like, okay, if they'll play once or twice, I'm fine with it. But like I'm not gonna look for the song in that sense. And because and from the previous time I was here, like we talked about Kepler and everything like that, and
Yeah.
Girls Planet, and I guess it's the same with Produce and all of that. Because I watched the shows, I ended up having to listen to the songs that were there, even though I never bothered listening to them. I never cared to listen to them, but because like they played in the show and I heard it and I like the show, even after the show is over, if I hear the song, I remember the show instead, which is probably not a good thing because I remember the show and not the actual singer. But so I guess in that sense, that's how we can answer this, but not the exact topic or question that you had because I just can't answer that.
It's K-pop.
Hater.
But yeah, like I probably thought of the topic because it was really just an eye opener for me. I think and I've been saying this on the podcast for a long time now. I think Aespa is a solid group, and I know that that I said that, pero just the concept, I just can't wrap my head around the concepts, and they kept on replaying the word Gwangya in every song and Nevis, and I have no idea what that means. So, those are like I'm probably just nitpicking this time around because I like the group already. Well, one song, two songs technically. Because Step Back was great, and you know what's really good about Step Back, which I didn't really talk about on the previous episode, is that Step Back didn't really have any chord progression per se.
Mm-hmm.
Yet they carried like the tune and the melody with just beats, which is just super awesome. And I still feel like SM has the best vocals of any agency. It's like if you can put those people like in one subunit, and we've talked about this like even I think in the previous episode of this podcast or the previous podcast, where if we can put like people in one subunit, who would it be? And we immediately thought about Wendy and Sulgi being in one group. That's not Red Velvet. Yeah, that wasn't you. I know it wasn't. But it was just it's like Sulgi and Wendy. My God, they slayed. Jesus Christ, what a song! And I don't know if SM will capitalize on it. Have you seen it?
I haven't seen it, but I've heard it.
Oh, you've heard the song.
Yeah.
Yeah, not. I feel like it's not your cup of tea.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, but you gotta see it. Like they even had the special stage yesterday, and it was like what?
Personally, I was, and I still kind of am very 50-50 about how like they put in the members of the group.
How so?
Mainly because you have Sogi, you have Wendy, you have Taeyeon, you have so many strong vocals all at once.
Yeah.
I'm just like that's a lot to take in.
Yeah, but I feel that I think, as far as I know, I think this is like one of the units that they're gonna debut. So Girls on Top is not really just the 7 of them. So it's gonna rotate to like different members of each group.
I mean that makes sense.
Which is like totally fine, right? Para lang hindi rin tayo like I can't say na magsasawa din tayo dito sa unit na to eh. Pero I get what you mean when it comes to you have Taeyeon, Sulgi, Wendy in the group, even Karina and Winter, solid vocals. And Boa is just like Jesus Christ. Hyoyeon, Hyoyeon's not really a vocal, but
unique.
Yeah, it's very unique, and she's not really a vocal. She was really rapping, in the song. She sang a little, but she's a dancer, But I just feel that I get it when you say that it's way too much, but at the same time, I would like to think like it was distributed evenly, where people were highlighted to a point where you're happy about it, and parang hindi ka bitin. Yung bitin lang na siguro na mararamdaman mo is when you think of, okay, how will SM capitalize on this?
I mean, it's SM. We're gonna figure out.
I mean, they got bought already. Did you know that?
So they're gonna figure it out now. It's SM.
Fair enough. All right, let's get to our first commercial break. When we come back, more of the show. Don't go away.
This is Mo Twister, and you're listening to the Kingdom Podcast with the voice DJ Yuuki.
Hey, podcasters. Podcasting has become a staple when it comes to new things to try, especially here in the Philippines. Check all of them out on your podcast players like Spotify or Apple Podcasts. We also hope you can donate to the show for as low as 99 cents via our Anchor account. You can go to anchor.fm/thekingdompodph/support. We want to get as much content out there as possible, and a small amount like this would definitely help us out to keep the show going. Thanks for listening to the podcast. Now let's get back to the show.
Hi, we are Spill the Soju Podcast. Your favorite dose of K-culture TMIs, fangirling shenanigans, and straight-up 2 a.m. conversations.
Served to you fresh and hot off the plate by 3 best friends.
Ashley,
Katie,
and Chelsea,
who need an excuse to fangirl.
Check us out on Twitter at SCSPodPH, Instagram at Spill the Soju Podcast, and on your favorite podcast streaming platforms.
See you there!
You are listening to the Kingdom Podcast. All our episodes are available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and on Anchor.fm. Your weekly dose of K-pop is now back.
Welcome back to the podcast. You can go to Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. You can follow us there at the Kingdom Pod PH. Again, the website is currently down, but we're trying to work it out, switching to a new platform. My God. Are you okay? Okay lang? Ay, kinabahan ako yung iba yung tono eh. So, you can, again, where was I? Okay, right. Website. We're currently fixing the platform, but it's still going to be the same. thebunkph.com/thekingdompodph. You're still with me, Yuuki, with, my God, gamer, dancer, singer. What can't you do?
Hater much?
This is Sun back after what? How long, Sun? When was your last episode?
It's been a while.
It's been a while, right?
It's been a while. Yeah,
So,
I'm gonna see.
I always tease her na parang it's gonna be 2 months before you get back, and I feel like it was really 2 months.
Yeah, it was 2 months. Like the last before you asked me when.
I think it was
I
back
see the
in
messages.
November.
It's like November. Yeah.
Yeah, right. So
no, actually, the November one was like, it was you telling me about like stuff you're planning for the pod, and then.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Wait, here I see it. Yeah. You made fun of me because I had emoticons in Kakao Talk.
Right.
And,
yeah.
Yeah, that was around mid-November.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So you still use them, I assume.
Well, I still talk to people on Kakao, so yeah.
So I know you're a dancer, and you dance well compared to a lot of people I know. And she does things she does things on TikTok, which I'm not gonna say what
Dude,
her
the TikTok is
is.
dead, honestly.
Yeah,
Like,
but
I
you
only
dance
use- I
there,
only-
and I've seen a couple of videos, like not more than a couple of videos of you dancing and stuff. And I know you're you're a great dancer, and I just wanted to ask because I know a bunch of dancers, and I just know that there are obviously there are going to be struggles like in any sort of hobby/job. Me struggles when it comes to being a dancer. Now, I just wanted to ask you because I've danced back in grade 5. I was doing the Soulja Boy, I think.
Mhm.
And that's the only dance I've done in my whole life. And I wanted to ask you because I'm not a dancer at all. It's like, when it comes to K-pop covering, what's the biggest struggle as a dancer?
The funny thing is, I actually don't call myself a dancer. I just like dancing.
Yeah, but you dance well. You dance great.
Thank you.
Hey, thank you. She doesn't know
I
how
don't
to-
do well
to-
with
yeah,
compliments.
Yeah, she
Okay, shut up.
doesn't do well with compliments. Okay, so
Um,
what's a struggle that you? I know you go to places where there are big mirrors, right? Is that
It was
what's
a
the name of
studio,
the
yeah.
place again? Yung sikat
it
na
was an
sikat-
actual dance studio.
that,
Oh, you meant in Korea?
no. Like, are your videos in Korea?
No. Well, I have one in Korea, but I didn't post it.
Oh yeah. Well, I haven't seen the thing in Korea, but yeah.
Oh.
So, what are the struggles? What did you struggle
Um,
with?
personally, well, until now, because of COVID and all, like the biggest struggle is I can't go to the studio again. And it feels weird not dancing or practicing something without seeing yourself 1st when it comes to the dances, because you don't know, like, are your angles right? Are you doing it right? And like the small details and stuff. So like to the point, because you don't know, personally, I am very like nervous / shy if someone sees it, because I feel like I'm doing it wrong. So like I feel like mapapahiya ba ako, stuff like that. Like I am very conscious about it. But like in general, when it comes to K-pop covers, a lot of it looks really weird if you don't like put effort into it. Like their movement is, if you think about it, sometimes K-pop dances are a bit strange, especially like if they're meant for a group and you're only dancing it by yourself.
That's fair. Oh my god, I didn't really thought of that. Yes, it's kind of weird.
Yeah, because like a big portion of the quality for choreography in K-pop specifically is like formations,
Blocking.
how you do your blocking, how you do like the movement to go to your place to another place. Like a lot of that is a big factor. So you just doing it by yourself, or even if not by yourself, even if you're dancing with other people, but the thing is you don't do the formations nor the blocking, so it still looks a bit compared to the actual one that you see on TV or on YouTube or whatever. I mean, if you dance along with people, like everyone with like maybe, I don't know, the same effort to it, the same skill level, stuff like that, it feels good. It looks nice. But there's still, it's not 100%, personally, it's not 100% fulfilling in a way, because it's not as nice as how you can do, like, for example, some people would do mirror stuff, like one person goes left, one person goes right. And that can't happen because everyone follows one specific motion instead.
Pero have you tried covering with a group?
No.
I haven't at all.
No. Like literally whenever I dance, or like the videos you saw me post on my social media, like that's just because I wanted to go there and dance there. Because I liked using it as a way of exercise. And I know that Korean choreography is going to be hard. Like we would spend more than like an hour, maybe more, just for like the chorus part. Sometimes not even the chorus, sometimes a bit faster than the chorus. So give or take a 30-second dance part, it takes an hour to learn. So as much as I would want to try like doing a whole cover thing, one, I don't have time. Two, I think it's because I don't look like, because I look not Filipino. A lot of people are very intimidated by me, so they don't really approach me. And three, because I'm not good like with Tagalog, and when I always speak in English, I sound like a bitch. So yeah, people don't really approach me as much. I'm just like, okay, I don't really mind. It's fine.
Look, I don't want to. I can neither confirm nor deny. But
it's fine. I mean, I know it.
I can vividly remember your guesting, the first one with I think that was G. Was it? Yeah. And I was stressing so hard with Jason. You had no idea that Jason and I were chatting with each other. It's like, is she like not in the mood to do this episode? It's like, I'm scared. And then like after the first commercial break, you parang nawala na yung kaba mo and stuff, and it's like, okay, yeah, she's fine. So,
I'm just generally a bitch.
In real life too?
A lot of people are, I feel like it's because most of the time I'm very like, I don't smile a lot. I always have like a resting bitch face basically. And because again, I don't speak a lot of Tagalog. And when I speak in English, like, I always just type out everything also. Like even if not in person, like if it's just messaging me, I just type everything. I don't put a lot of emojis or anything like that. Like you can see it on our Discord also. Like the only reason I use emoticons in Kakao is because like I can opt to not type
and just send that
That's
instead.
right.
So
Yeah,
like,
and they
oh,
would
that saves me time.
understand what you
Yeah.
want to say. Yeah.
Compared to like here, I'm just like, okay, I'll type. I just have to say what I want to say, and
Yeah.
it's effort trying to look for an emoji or something, stuff like that. So I'm just
Let me bait something real quick. So paano pag nagbabayad ka sa jeep?
I hate you.
You can answer. Manong, fair.
No.
Sa Taft, well.
No, I wasn't allowed to take the jeep.
I knew it. I knew it. I
Fuck
knew
you.
it. I knew it. I know. I know.
Yeah, I know you know. That's why you asked it.
Anyway, going back, I just feel like that's a fairly good point because I know a lot. When I started doing the podcasting, a lot of my co-hosts were cover dancers, and they were like god tier cover dancers. Don't like, and they were part of UP dance troupe, yung mga ganun ba? And they're like legitimately really good dancers. And it never occurred to me that when you're dancing on your own, let's say for instance you're at home and you had to practice, kasi let's say you're part of a group, you know, and most of the people that I talked to back then and became my friends were part of groups. So you have to practice a certain way as well. And it's hard to, you know, look into, am I doing this right? Especially when it comes to the blocking, because, you know, a big part of it is the positioning, the blocking and everything. And it's just ways like so difficult for you to imagine, like, where should I be when you're doing it alone? And I could not get it for the life of me, obviously, because I'm not a dancer at all. So I could not get where I'm supposed to go and stuff. And the only thing I would know is because I was part of a choir, yung blocking lang, yung window, ganun lang. And that's it. That's my blocking. But for you to actually dance and go through like specific places or go to specific places, you know, while doing what you're supposed to do, it blows my head. And a lot of it, especially now in the pandemic, like you have no choice but to practice on your own. Kasi you can't go out. Well, at least like if you're in the right mind, you won't go out. Kasi like I see a lot of people still doing the dance covers, and I'm totally fine. I'm not judging you guys. Like, good for you guys. I follow your YouTube links or your YouTube channels or whatever because I like watching cover dances, and it's like it's just so difficult because you're not supposed to be outside. You're not supposed to be practicing with your friends, and just imagining where you're supposed to be takes a lot of imagination. So I guess
I
like
also feel like
yep.
Sorry.
Yeah, you were saying?
I just like for me personally, when it comes to like when you asked me if I ever did like do a cover group and everything, it's also the fact that when I started dancing, it was a bit later. Like I think I only started around right before the time I was leaving for Korea. Because that was around the time I started being a bit more confident about it. Because before, like when I was younger, I actually never really danced. Like my sister was a dancer in the family, and she's the more extroverted one. So like she was in her cheer dance team for her year, like all throughout high school, stuff like that. But the thing is, we always shared a room, and she always liked watching. Do you know So I Think You Can Dance?
Yeah.
Yeah. So she would always watch that, and like growing up being her roommate for how many years, I would end up watching it too. And like from watching it, I was always like, oh, that looks so nice. Oh, I kind of want to copy it, stuff like that. But I never actually went to classes. I think she went to some dance classes, but like I never went to dance classes. I never had a teacher tell me like, oh, this is how you're supposed to do this move. This is how you're supposed to do that move. I basically learned a lot just from watching videos. And then eventually, like right before leaving for Korea, I think for a good few months, there was a dance studio that opened nearby my house, and like they were having, oh, we can do K-pop choreography, we can do hip hop, like stuff like that. I'm like, oh, I like that kind of choreography, so I signed up for the lessons there, and it wasn't really lessons per se. It was more on, we really just learned the choreography. They didn't tell us like, oh, you can do this move by doing this thing. No,
Yeah,
they
so
just
it's
like,
not the
okay, this is the
technicalities
move.
of how you do it. It's
Yeah,
just basically
it's legit just the moves. Like there's no detail, like no technical stuff. to
yeah.
it, yeah.
mhm.
So it was just all out. It's like being pushed into it. So, unlike the others, like who do the cover groups, I'm pretty sure, like for them, oh, they've had a background also, or if not a background, like again, they have the time to do so. They have the time to like hang out with their friends to do that. And even for me, like my friends are not dancers, and my K-pop friends are people who I don't really talk to about in that aspect, and I don't think they dance either. So most of the people around me don't dance, so I don't really have other people to dance with in that sense.
Mhm. Okay, well, because you're saying that just to end it before we get to our last commercial break, you were saying earlier that because it got me interested. Like you were saying earlier that it wasn't really on the technical side and you were just learning the choreographies and stuff, but it's like I can learn choreography, but when it comes to like waving my body or like doing a wave or a roll, like it's not pleasing to the eyes, you know? So I can't. It's like I can't dance. Like I can't learn shit. And when it comes to, I I don't know. I guess I feel that when people say that they're a dancer, or when I see them dance, I feel like they are really dancers. It's like at a
Mhm.
very young age na parang alam mo yun, talagang interested na sila sa pagsasayaw and stuff.
Mhm.
And you can see it with like what's the baby's name, yung well, I don't want it doesn't matter, pero yung little sister ni Niana Guerrero. Do you know her by any chance? What's her name? Natalia? Yeah, so they're like three siblings, si Leon Guerrero, si Niana Guerrero, tsaka si Natalia. And then like they just dance, and like the baby's like super duper good. I'm not even joking. So I just feel that whenever I see someone dance, parang dati pa lang nagda-dance sila. But then you're pointing out as if na, you started late. But who teaches roles? I mean, I can't. I'm doing it right now. It's horrible.
Honestly, I don't even remember how I learned to.
But at one point, you got, it's like, before you left to Korea, sabi mo nga, di ba? Or after you left for Korea, that's the time where you became a bit more confident on how you dance, right? But then you feel it, You feel like, okay, I can do this okay now. Parang mas confident na ako ngayon compared to
The
back
funny
then.
thing is,
But
I
never
actually
felt
don't
it.
think I look good. Like I don't think I look good when I try to wave or anything, because like my body is stiff.
No, it's
Like
not.
that's why no. That's why I said a while ago, like I like doing hip hop or like the other kinds of choreography better, because I can't do a lot of wave motions instead. I like popping, but I can't really wave as much.
Oh, so you're
Like
not
I can
into
do
the,
a
like,
little
the very
bit.
girly dances, parang ganun.
Yeah. Like I can do a part of it, but I can't. Like if there's this one, I forgot which dance. I
Mhm.
think it was Card, like one of their songs.
Card?
Like there's a part, yeah, there's a part where you had to do a wave, and like I was looking at myself through the mirror. The first part of the wave looked okay, but then like when I got to the lower part, it looked so stiff. I'm just like, "Ew." I didn't like it.
Oh, did you know that Card is under RBW now?
I did not know
Yeah,
that.
because RBW bought DSP.
Oh, well, they
And I
couldn't
was like,
save me.
okay, two horrible companies joining together. Let's go.
Yeah.
Anyway. All right, we'll get to our last commercial break. When we come back, I feel that this is going to be like the big topic because I kept on thinking and then I have like an answer. And I have a story on why I thought of this. So we'll get to it after the commercial break. When we come back, more of the show. Don't go away.
Hey everyone, Mo Twister here. Just as long as my guy Yuuki here is talking about Jenny Kim, then I'm all over this podcast. You're listening to the Kingdom Podcast with the voice DJ Yuuki.
We are Bunk Collective, and we are podcasts that'll shake the podcast industry. No, wait, that's overpromising. We are Bunk Collective, and we're here to define meaningful storytelling. Nah, doesn't feel right. We are Bunk Collective, and we're here to make meaningful moments. Scratch that. You know what? Let's just say it like it is. We are Bunk Collective, podcasts that came to play.
A bunch of playful and creative people telling our stories on our own terms.
No matter your type of podcast, there's a ton to play with.
And there's a lot more joining the collective real soon.
So press play and play with us.
We're here to give you a good time.
Hey guys, do you use Spotify as your main music or podcast player? On Spotify, you can listen to all your favorite songs or shows, including this. And you can choose over a variety of artists or podcasters for your listening pleasure. So go download Spotify on your smartphones, and in the process, follow us on social media so that you'll know when the show will release a new episode. That's the Kingdom Pod PH on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. See you there!
Hey, this is Jacques, aka Arcady Blog, and you're listening to the Kingdom Podcast with the voice DJ Yuuki.
Welcome back to the podcast. We have a new account now that you can go to support the podcast. You can go to, see, I have no idea what the account is. So you can go to co-fi or co-fi.com/the Kingdom Pod PH. So that's if you enjoy what we're doing and you want to support the podcast in a monetary way, you can go to ko-fi.com, ko-fi.com/the Kingdom Pod PH. And I feel like Ko-fi is one of the good donation websites because there's really no pressure on how much you want to donate. You can donate like a cent and that's totally fine, and they accept it, I think. So it's really cool. Check it out. Ko-fi, ko-fi.com/the Kingdom Pod PH. This is Yuuki with Sun here for the Kingdom Podcast Season 2. Last topic of the day. So, if you guys don't know, Sun doesn't take K-pop seriously. No, I gotta put that in perspective. But, I've been watching dramas. Like, I'm in a drama role right now. I don't know if I'm supposed to say this, but anyway, I'm just gonna say it anyway. But within the week, it's like just after work, I was. That's not what I was supposed to say. But whatever. After work, I kept on watching dramas, and a lot of them were dramas by Park Shin-hye. And I don't know if you guys know, she is one of my ultimate actress crush in Korea. Like, I feel like she's a really good actress, and it moves me whenever she cries because she vibrates. And ang galing niya lang mag-project ng sad face, and it's like ang bilis tumulo ng luha niya, which is like super cool for me because I couldn't do it.
You can't cry.
And the storylines are really cool. It's like
Wait,
watching.
You can't cry on command.
No, can you?
Yeah.
What? How is it? Huh? Did you take classes?
No.
How can you cry on command? I can yawn and then cry.
I mean, you just have to think of something that helps you want to cry. Anyway, sorry. Go back to your.
So I can't cry on demand. Like, okay, so on command rather. So it's like I was really impressed by how she does. I don't know if I'm pronouncing this correctly, Sisyphus. I watched freaking Doctors, and I watched another drama which wasn't Park Shin-hye. I watched IU's Producers. So which is like super cool. So I'm in a drama role. And then I recently found out that, like, just this week, Park Shin-hye is pregnant. And she's having a baby really soon. And she just got married, like, a couple of days ago. To Che Tae-jun. And look, I'm fine.
Doesn't
No,
sound
I'm
like
not.
it.
So I was just like, I don't know if bitter is the word. Obviously it's not. Like, I was talking to my girlfriend, like, very open with each other, like, crush ko to, crush ko yan. And then she was like, I told her, like, Park Shin is really one of my biggest crushes. And it's like, oh, she's getting married in a couple of days. I was like, what the fuck? To who? And then I kept on thinking, sino si Tae-jun? And then I kept on thinking, it's the partner of Bomi and we got married. That's why he's familiar. And then I was just devastated, It's like, not in either a good nor bad way. I wasn't damaging
How is devastated not a...
Okay, fine. I wasn't damaging devastated. You get what I mean? Where binabadmouth ko si Tae-jun and si Shin-hye, nothing like that. It was just like, one of my ultimate crushes is getting married. Like, Son Ye-jin is my number one crush, and she's not married. And now it's like, here comes Park Shin-hye, is like super beautiful in her wedding dress, and Tae-jun doesn't look bad as well, and bagay sila, and I was like, just sitting down, parang, fuck. Am I getting old, or why is this still affecting me? Am I still young? Kaya ako naapektuhan and stuff. And I thought of the topic where, what was the dating news that hit you hard as a fan? Either positively or negatively. But basta yung had the most impact towards you as a fan. And Park Shin-hye isn't even my answer. It was Tiffany and Nikon. Because it affected me negatively. I stopped doing the podcast.
Wow.
Yes. Yeah, I did. So there are two things or three things on why I stopped podcasting. The first one is because of a breakup. Number two is because Tiffany and Nikon, confirmed their relationship. And number three, because Jessica left. So those are the only three things those three things were only the reason why I stopped doing episodes. And then, when Tiffany and Nikon, confirmed their relationship, it was like, fuck, oh my god, Tiffany's like, after following Tiffany exclusively for freaking 4 or 5 years, because I was only standing SNSD at the time. Parang shit. It hurt me so hard. It's so bad. Parang, fuck you, Nico. Ang gwapo mo, pero fuck you. Ganto, ganyan. But si Nico, it's like, that's always the question. Like, why him? Why him? Puta. So, I know that he looks so handsome, and then, ang dami namang K-pop idols dyan na hindi ganyan kagwapo. Hindi ko naman sinasabing pangit sila, pero hindi siya ganyan. It's like, Nikon is like God tier, Jesus Christ. It's like, it made me question my masculinity. Yung mga ganun ba? So it hit me hard. And I was really young back then, I was young, I don't know, 22, maybe 21. Not really young, pero I was in the younger side, okay? Screw you guys. So,
no one is saying anything. Wow, you mad at yourself.
Inuunahan ko na sila. I'm being very defensive because, I could care less on whoever whoever confirms their relationship. Probably except for Park Shin-hye, but I wasn't really damaging towards, the confirmation. But then, like, Nikon and Tiffany back then, it's like, fuck, it hurt me so bad. I was bad-mouthing Nikon privately. Not posting it on Twitter. It's like, fuck you, Nikon, ba't ang gwapo mo? Pumiyok ka dito sa kantang to, be. Ganun.
Wow.
So, it affected me really badly. And that's my story. So, what was the dating news that hit you hard?
I don't take K-pop seriously, you guys.
I know, but can you think, like, you probably have an answer to this, son. I mean, either positive or negative. Doesn't need to be negative.
No, okay. I think the only way I can answer this is, yeah, it's gonna be in the positive sense, but the problem is I don't remember who.
What?
Like I no, because I feel like it's just the very first time I saw an idol dating news. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I think that's my reaction mainly. Like I'd say it in a positive
Who
sense.
was it? Who
wherein
was it? Do you still
I
remember?
don't remember.
So how did it affect you? How did it affect you positively? So, hahanap din ako ng
Because
jowa. Ganon?
no, because my God, because of the fact that it shows that they're still normal people. Like, yeah, we always see them perform. We always see them in front of the cameras. You always see them with the image that they have to give out. And then out of nowhere, they're like, oh, dating rumors. Oh, we confirmed we're dating this other person. You see people complain. You see people panic. You see people like, I'm not, what's it called? I'm not hating on or anything, or I'm not like shading or anything. But like, yeah, you can react how you want to react. But like, for me, it's like, okay, cool. Then it shows that despite them having to work like this, having surveillance around them almost 24/7, they want to have their own private life. And that's fine. I mean, it's their life. So, like, they can have their own life. They had their own choices to do that. They're grown up enough or mature enough to know, like, yeah, we can be like this. If you guys don't respect it, I mean, not respect it, like, we hope you guys are fine with it. Like, to the fans, they'd say stuff like that. They still think about the fans either way. And personally, I find it really, really hard for them to say stuff like that. And that's why I say positively, in the sense na, yeah, it's about their personal life. And yet, even though it's their personal matter, their personal relationships, they still think about the fans who they don't know. They don't know these people in person. Like, okay, fine, you see them from time to time, but they're not gonna be in your life forever. Like, eventually, if you're gonna retire, if you're gonna stop being an idol, some of these people won't be your fan anymore. But you have your partner there, and that's fine. So, but they still care about those fans. So it's just like positive in a sense na you see them being professional, but at the same time separating their personal life from it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Did it ever occur to you that you should take things seriously?
You only want that to happen so I can give you content on your pod.
No, I just feel that hindi ka ba na-apektuhan na you were following 9 awesome girls and then Mr. happened and then Taeyeon and Tiffany confirmed their relationship after promoting Mr. or while promoting Mr. and then everyone was like joking, Mr. kasi dalawa yung Mr. nila. How was that time?
I had no idea that was a joke around there. No, I didn't know that.
Oh my
Because
God,
that time I wasn't
I
wasn't talking to other fans. I was just like being a fan on my own.
Yeah, but wala nothing?
No. Like, the only thing I was like sad about was when she left the group, but like relationship wise, I mean, okay, good for them. They're in a relationship. They're old enough to be in a relationship.
And you were like 18, 19 at that time, maybe.
I have no idea, honestly. I don't remember when that was. But
No,
basically,
I'm not doing
like,
the
I
math.
mean,
I don't know how old you are. No,
okay,
I
cool.
know how old you are, but I'm not doing the math.
Anyway, so
How
like, I
old you
mean,
were.
personally, like, for them to be in this career path and to, like, okay, I don't believe, I'm pretty sure everyone realizes these people are going to be dating each other. I mean, this is their career path. These are the only people they're going to end up seeing a lot and or have to interact around with. And, they're all starting at a young age. Okay, they have their own friends and everything like that outside their work, but they end up meeting these kind of people more. And you see the idols, they look either they look handsome or they look pretty. So like, of course, they're gonna end up interacting with each other. They're gonna end up liking each other. It's bound to happen.
Yeah, but
Do you know them personally?
No, like, I'm just trying to like take something out of you where
Where I'm
affected
actually gonna
you.
react.
Yeah. God. You were so young too. And it didn't bother you in any capacity?
No.
Didn't you follow boy groups too?
Not really.
So you're not the opar kind of
Oh
fangirl
hell
back
no.
then.
No.
Oh hell no. Because I knew of people like they were devastated. Like they were hottest, right? They were 2 p.m. fans, and then they started hating on Tiffany, and I started hating on Nikon, and then it's FO.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
I had a couple of people that I follow back then that they were like hottest, and then I felt like we would probably laugh about it right now if ever we went back to it,
Mhm.
because like I'm super fine now, like I don't react that way anymore. And then it's just back then it was just so bad, and then I started seeing them kasi I wasn't the type na ito-tweet ko yung bad trip ko towards
Mhm.
Nikon, obviously. And then they started tweeting about Tiffany. I was like, screw you guys. What the fuck are you saying? So, ayun na. It happened, and then nag-FO kami. So yeah, it affected me negatively. Probably that was it, yeah. Jessica leaving, stopped the podcast. Tiffany announcing her relationship, stopped the podcast. So, yeah, it affected me really hard, too.
Mhm.
I was so immature back then. And everyone was like, si DJ Yuuki, oo, ano yan, controversial DJ yan, ganito, ganyan, very outspoken. Pero nung lumabas yung kay Tiffany tsaka kay Nico, I couldn't say, I couldn't say a peep.
Mhm.
I was like, I was just so mad, so sad, so fucking... I guess I'm the normal fan.
So
Unlike
you're saying
some
I'm not
people here.
normal.
Yes. No, you're the mature kind of fan, and the maturity I think hit you early.
Forced maturity.
Yeah, forced maturity. Says the keyboard enthusiast now.
Oh my
You
god.
know? It's like I'm not gonna react if my idol dates, but I'm gonna react if I can't buy another keyboard.
I do not.
Needed, man. So I don't know, like I feel like I'm very normal when it comes to that. And I would laugh at myself right now. If I can look at myself like 6-7 years ago, I would laugh at me. Sincerely. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? It's like, dude, chill.
Mhm.
You don't know the person.
Exactly.
So, I guess I'm normal. And maturity just hit me normally when I turned 24, 25. Because I'm turning 29 this year. Jesus Christ, am I even going to say that? I'm turning 29 this year. Jesus Christ. So I'm turning 29. And like when I turned 24, that was the time where I probably stopped caring too much about K-pop. Not that I don't care about it. Obviously, I do. I host a K-pop podcast. But back then, it's like
It's not
compared
your
to how
life.
yeah, it's not. Definitely. Like right now, it's not. Obviously. So I don't know. I guess that's my message. We understand where you're coming from, youngerlings, but it's like you're gonna laugh at yourself in like 5 years. I swear to fucking God. Sincerely. But I feel like I'm very normal,
You're the one who's making it sound like you're not normal by giving yourself that kind of disclaimer.
Yeah, but because like you and I have conflicting, like thoughts about it.
Isn't
which
that
is,
a
like,
good
super
thing when
fine.
it comes to a podcast?
Yeah,
though?
it
Like,
is.
if
Yeah,
the
it's totally
two
fine.
mindsets are
I just feel
completely
like you're
opposite.
abnormal.
Wow.
Look, you have friends in K-pop, right?
Uh-huh.
And they would react the same way I did. Yeah?
I don't know.
You're probably the odd eye circle. Hey, see that? See what I did there? So, you're probably the odd one out.
I mean, I guess like when I talk to my other friends, they always like they always talk about just K-pop, and I'm just there. I'm like I don't want to talk about other stuff. So I'm just gonna be
Why
quiet.
are you not interested? You host the K-pop podcast. How are you not interested about K-pop in like a certain
I mean,
level?
I am, but like that's not the only thing I want to talk about.
Yeah, but what if the topic, is K-pop? Do you just stay quiet?
Sometimes, yeah. No, because
My
like
God.
you know how there are other people, they're gonna be like, for example, they watch this one video and then they talk about like the smallest aspects of the video. Like,
Yeah.
oh, this person's looking at this way, blah blah.
That's what everyone's talking about.
That's not what I want to talk about. It's just like,
Oh
why
my
are you
God.
looking so into it? It's a video. It's them being in front of the camera. They probably have to act like that from time to time. So why are you looking so into it?
Says the girl who knows about Lunaverse.
I don't. That's the thing. I don't.
Wait, you're aware of it?
I know there's a thing, but I don't know what the thing means. So
I just buy their merch, I
Yeah.
have no fucking idea what they're saying.
I just buy the merch. I like how the music sounds. They're nice to watch when they dance like that because they look really good. When they do the formations, they're fun to watch. I'm good. You ask me about lore, I don't understand shit.
I guess, okay. Look, fine. Yeah, that's 1-0 for you and I. It's like, I'm gonna surrender. I can't get anything from you when it comes to that. I guess like I just feel that you're abnormal.
Wow.
And I don't know, like I just feel like okay, fine. Maturity hit you early. That's it. That's just it.
You know, it's supposed to sound like a good thing, but you make it sound like it honestly sounds like an insult, and I'm just like, I don't know. Am I supposed to say thank you, or am I supposed to curse at you? I don't know.
You can do both. It's like,
Like,
thanks,
like
you
what?
dick. Ganon. Tapos magbayad ka sa jeep. So, pababa tayo ng top. Look, you're now in a workplace where it's very comfortable. Can we do this often now? Like back then?
It depends on what time I finish work, if I have to do overtime or not.
It's like fine, whatever. It's like let's do this often now. And that was the promise that you had for me. Look, I'm
No, I
pressing
said
her,
I
right?
said that, but if
Yeah.
I adjust well
So,
enough already.
I have more time now since blah 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 blah.
Yeah, but I said I have to adjust first.
Haven't you?
No. Because I'm running solo, so no.
Running solo. Okay, fair enough. Before we end the show, I just want to point out, like, what the hell happened to the thing that was supposed to happen?
What?
The thing that was supposed to happen like a couple of months ago, where you had to go to somewhere and then you couldn't do something.
Do you have any idea how vague your statement is and how I'm supposed to understand that? It's basically like saying, oh, here, do you see this to you right now? And I'm showing it in front of the mic, thinking you can see it.
Okay, so you were supposed to host a gig with
Oh, okay.
it didn't happen because of scheduling issues.
No,
and
no,
then it
no.
got moved,
The event
right?
happened. The event happened, but like I didn't have to host it.
Oh, so someone else hosted it.
Yeah. I was just there, like, watching.
Wait, you were there? You were present?
Yeah.
And they didn't ask you to host again?
I don't know, again.
It's like, well, they asked you and then you couldn't make it, so
No,
they had
I was
to
I was
reschedule it.
perfectly fine with it. I was perfectly fine with it. Don't worry about it.
I'm not. No one invited me.
You gotta go cry. You gotta go wee.
Okay, can I make? I'm gonna fucking. It's recorded anyway. I'm gonna make that like, my alarm. Well, so when's the next thing? Hey, Luna Philippines, where's the podcast? Hello.
I am not the person you should be asking.
You've said that multiple times.
Yeah,
yet
and I'm
you
gonna
have
say it again.
connections.
I am
Yeah,
gonna
you have
say it again.
connections.
You also know them, so if
Yeah,
you
but
want to do
not
it,
like
you do
how
it with that.
you
But that
do.
doesn't mean I want to do it. Again, I don't have time.
So, para ayaw mo na mapipressure kang alamin yung lore. So, the topic for the next 10,
Dear
10
Lord,
15
please.
episodes
Oh
is
my
the
God.
Lunaverse. You're gonna start off with like 3 episodes of just the lore and then 1 episode each for each member.
Dude, I'm pretty sure even the members don't know their own lore. So why are you gonna ask us to know?
No,
it?
I'm sure as well about that. Like they could care less on what the lore is. Probably they don't even know what they're like what the hell fans are talking about. Because a lot of it, if we think about it, a lot of it is just pure like paano ba? Imagination.
Honestly, it's reached a point where sometimes the members, like on B Live, they make random comments and they're gonna say like, "Oh, fans are probably gonna think about this in a deeper sense," and I feel like they're just really mocking it, like in a sense that they're having fun.
Yeah, they're having
And
fun. Not that
It's
they're-
probably
yeah.
probably gonna happen anyway. So it's just like, you know what, let them have their fun. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Do it.
A lot of it is just pure imagination, I assume, right?
I guess I would
Because
hope so.
do directors like the directors who direct their videos, do they talk about the vision of the music video and how it's kind of like a cinematic universe?
You know, I was watching the episode's like extending, my bad.
It's fine.
I was watching this one YouTuber reactor person, and they were talking about how they watched Heart Attack, right? So
Right. True.
the thing is, like, they were talking to each other, and they were saying, you know, just what were these writers or directors thinking when they came up with the plot for the music video? Because like Heart Attack, basically it was like, it was pretty obvious True had a big crush on Eve's character there, and everyone's just
Yeah.
like, so what's running through their head? Like, so we think it's gonna be cute if, you know, you like her and you chase after her, and yeah, that sounds cute. I'm just like, where the fuck did that come from? Because it's true. Like, imagine what went through the director's head, or like the producers, or whoever came up with that storyline when they were having that
concept, yeah.
meeting and like explaining it, and everyone was like, yeah, why not, let's go for it. Like, what was running in your mind when you thought of that? I mean, I have nothing against it. I love the video,
Yeah.
and they really made that whole scene work, like the whole concept of it work. But it's just like, how did you think of that, especially in K-pop, you know?
I probably watch all Luna music videos, Luna related music videos,
Uh-huh.
and I probably watched all of them except for one
Uh-huh.
because it had a spider on.
Oh, Vivid.
And she's my bias. Obviously, you know this,
Mhm.
but I have not watched that music video ever
Because of the spider.
because of the spider.
That's fine.
Yeah, it's not moving, is it?
Yeah, it's plastic.
It's plastic, right?
Yeah.
But it's like I see the thumbnail, I scroll. That's it's and I'm saying this because I've watched all of their music videos, Luna related music videos, and I do not see any connection. Except for probably the last few group videos.
Mm-hmm.
Because the sky is falling.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. But apart from that, no. So I don't know where the people of the Lunaverse are, where they're getting their information.
No one knows.
So yeah, kudos to you guys.
No one
First, because you
knows.
have a lot of time. And second, because like your imagination is this wow.
Mm-hmm.
And it's impressive. I'm not mocking it in any sort of way. It impresses me that people would have the imagination and the time to think of a storyline through music videos.
Mm-hmm. I just can't. I honestly can't.
I'm impressed. I am definitely impressed. One of the Luna PH admins knows about the Lunaverse, right? Was it G?
I think so.
Totally
Yeah.
forgot. Basta, I think the episode that we talked about it briefly, obviously, because we know nothing but crap. I think one of you or someone or both of you said na there's a Luna PH admin that knows about it in depth. I don't know if we talked about it like on the commercial break or whatnot, but yeah, friggin'
Maybe it was
kudos.
commercial.
Jesus Christ. So that's the show. Yeah. Thank you so much. So we're gonna do this, yeah? Next week. Often?
Let's see. Hopefully, you know. Again, it depends if I'm okay from work or not.
See, this is how, before we just end the show, this is the last thing I'm gonna say. This is how we did the show today, right?
Yeah.
She messaged me out of the blue. Hey, I'm free tonight or tomorrow. Okay, let me write something up. That fast. Because like I want to host with her, and like I can never get this chance again if I don't write something up. So I had like in the middle of work, I had to like think of like, okay, what are we supposed to talk about? Let's go to what are the trending stuff going on in K-pop, and just, see, that fast. This is how out of the blue she is. It's like out of the blue, she just messaged me. I think I'm free later or tomorrow. And then what I said, let me write something real quick. Good stuff. Thanks, San. I'll see you again soon. See you again, guys, for episode, I think this is episode 25. I'm not sure, but hopefully we can get like another episode this week. But this will be posted tomorrow. So today's the 28th. We'll post it on the 29th. To end January with a bang. So yeah, thanks very much for listening, and we'll see you again on the next episode. See ya. Bye.
Bye. The Kingdom Podcast is executively produced by The Voice DJ Yuuki and co-engineered by senior producer Jason Aguayo. Special thanks to the Kingdom Podcast creative team. You can like us on Facebook, Twitter, and Anchor at The Kingdom Pod PH. All episodes are available on Spotify, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, and any other platforms you use to listen to podcasts. Thanks for listening, and see you next time.